We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
Hello and welcome to Icon's Crime and Misadventures, the Nerd Eternal Network's Icon's Actual Play. I'll be your GM for the day, Jason, and with me as usual will be Curtis, aka Black Dragon.
Hola.
Zach, aka the Fairy Prince.
How are you today?
Mike, aka Anyone.
Oh,
And-
we lost Mike.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there's Mike.
Are you with us, Mike?
How about now?
Yes, I hear you now.
Sorry about
And Taylor, aka Muscle the Muscle.
Howdy.
Alright, who remembers what went down last week? Or last session, I should say.
We did everything right.
Yeah, everything just went so incredibly smoothly. It scares me.
Nobody died. Nobody lost any limbs that matters.
A hand is an appendage, not a limb.
He also doesn't matter.
and we were evil. Yeah.
that.
We almost kidnapped a senator. That's totally evil.
Anyone else have anything to add? I mean, I think y'all are covering it pretty well.
We pretty thoroughly beat up someone who could possess people.
I know my boss's name.
Do you?
Right.
Yep.
I
Basically,
was
Muscle's amazing detective
close
work.
to eavesdropping on that door with Muscle, but I thought, no, Muscle's our bud. He would tell us what he learns. Nope.
so basically, we had just learned that chair of Senate Oversight Committee that governs Spear and other metahuman regulatory was being blackmailed by the specifically Hellfire. And we reached out to that senator to offer our help in extricating him from under that influence. He agreed and arranged a meeting with us. It turns out that the person was Hellfire 42 in disguise. Am I getting that right, Jason?
That sounding right so? Well, less in disguise and more possessing the senator in question.
Oh, that's right. Hellfire 42 had the power to inhabit other people's bodies, control them. We ambushed by a whole lot of spirit, but managed to fight our way to and apprehend Hellfire. Am I getting that right?
Yep, that's all sounding right so far.
And now we are sitting pretty on a sofa with a senator and an unconscious Hellfire.
Yep.
We actually were pretty kick-ass in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the fight went very well. Fairy Prince was able to kind of keep him at bay with his illusions. The fellow that lost his hand, I think Eddie was responsible for that.
Yeah.
Bit it off.
So I think y'all have come to
A
the
little bit
conclusion.
savage, but to be fair,
Go ahead, Chris.
the guy did shoot Eddie in the back of the head.
That's true. And he was in the room during the big reveal about the senator being blackmailed and all that. He was the only spear agent on hand. So y'all were kind of figuring he was dirty, if I remember. You kind of figured that one was probably in on it.
It seemed likely.
Now, the good senator also had a monitor built in above his fireplace. the whole retractable picture portrait up above it. And he got a call while y'all were there. From a, well, I guess he's a spear agent now, but with like a FBI or CIA, I forget which. CIA, I think it was a CIA spook when y'all made him in first season, or some of y'all made him. Calling in about an attack on this base that on the monitors behind the guy. Oh, this is going to be a confusing sentence. On the monitors behind the guy that y'all are watching in the monitor, you can see somebody in a cow field like staring into a camera that you recognized as Helios, a member of a new team called the Primes.
Yes, our storyline converging with the story prior.
Well, they let you know time wise where y'all are.
Little caption box, the letter caption for the editor. If you want to find out what that's about, check out the Primes issue number so and so.
Still on newsstands.
So we wrapped up. The fight had just wrapped up. The senator was basically calming his agents down. Now that he was back to himself, I think Muscle had set him down. And that was pretty much where we wrapped last time. So we're picking up there. Fight is effectively over. And y'all stand there with the senator, and you have a. Well, he got knocked like past the tennis court a little bit, but you have an unconscious Hellfire. Or maybe y'all had fetched him and bound him up. I forget exactly.
And as far as we know, this is the first time we've had a Hellfire custom.
Other than the computer hacker.
Oh yeah. Well, the first numbered Wait, was the other Hellfire number?
Yeah, he was numbered.
Yeah, he had a number.
This is the first time we've, had a field agent, not just one of their data people.
Gotcha.
Yeah, now the other guy was definitely not a field agent. He didn't leave that little apartment he did all that often. It was a good life.
And we ruined it.
Yeah, you don't know where he's at now.
Well, didn't we leave him with a Dynaman?
Yeah, once y'all were done questioning him, yes.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to assume y'all drag him back into the house. The senator definitely goes into the house because he needs a drink.
It's his place.
Good idea. I think Eddie's going to help himself to a drink too.
The senator doesn't protest. A few of the spear agents start doctoring on the guy missing a hand. The senator tells him to, take care of him, but also, take him into custody. All the agents are giving y'all the hairy eyeball.
Mm.
I just smile very politely at all of them.
I'll, toast him with my scotch.
The senator is Della Rosa, correct?
I believe that was his name, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to grab my notepad. Un momento. Yes, I believe it was Timothy Della Rosa, I believe.
I'll be sure and give him a real big lizard smile.
Looking at the center, so pretty sure this puts us in the clear with you and lets you know that we are in fact trying to beat those people up. Also, you want to take a look at that thing on your shoulder. When I was looking through your body, there's like a thing there. You're probably going to get checked out.
He looks over his shoulder. He goes, it felt a little tight.
Melanoma
eye-
is nothing to mess around with.
My eyes cut out a little too quick for me to really ID what it was, but there's something there. Get it checked out.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, not magician. Nocturnal magician. Magician of the Nocturne. You're up to bat. What information you get to ask what information you need, or we just wait till 42 here wakes up and then keep me far away as we interrogate him.
Right. Yeah. What was our? I think we just wanted to. Okay. I guess from here, there was another lead, wasn't there, or was it another lead to the same person? Wasn't there like a second crisis point going on, or a
Yes.
second opportunity?
You had last time you had the choice of dealing with the senator here being blackmailed, or you had found there was some sort of secret data center that actually kept like some of the actual names of like some of the Hellfire leadership.
That's right.
You know, but
Yeah,
it wasn't
full roster list.
right.
But
Stored on some kind of biocomputer.
Right. It was stored on a biocomputer, and that was over in California, I believe.
Yeah.
it would be a good idea to have at least a quick conversation with the senator and see if there's anything, if he's got any information that he can share with us.
Yeah, that might be, yeah, since the senator is cognitive. If we could find out more about, I guess not, maybe now that he knows far too, if he was withholding anything before or was prevented from closing thing because he was being possessed. This might be a good time to find out if there's anything that he's at liberty to tell us now that he's free from the. And was this the influence? Was it as literal as possession as opposed to mail material? That's another thing.
No, they have some blackmail material on him. He hasn't specified
Okay.
to you what it is.
Okay.
Because he's aware when he's possessed. His memories, his recollection of what the guy was doing in his body is kind of broken up and kind of jumbled, spotty. But they were blackmailing him so that when he does come to himself, he doesn't immediately blab to people what was happening.
Right. So I guess at this point we need to find out who. Yeah, if we I guess if we can get a hold of exactly who is part of the, might give us a fuller picture of who could be under the. Does anyone else have any ideas for where to proceed with the investigation from here?
Well, we can interrogate the guy, the agent that we are assuming is crooked. Once treated his injury.
Looking at De La Rosa, Muscle, I'll just, is there anything we can, do to help you with your blackmail problem?
If you
Or
can
is
find
this
out
like-
where he was keeping the material he had on me, that would be great.
I'm gonna go start rifling through Mr. Ghostman's pockets.
What would a possessing supervillain carry in his pockets? What's in his pockets?
Probably as little as possible if he's able to like take his whole body and kind of like shift it to the astral plane whenever
I think he has like a literal little black book on him, but like anything that might tell us a little bit more about where he might be keeping it without having to actually wake him up, because I don't want to wake this guy up.
Actually, I have some connections I could call in to. Well, this conversation actually should be happening in this room. Now that I think about it,
I would like to ask if he could describe the like to all as much as he could remember about the possession process. Like, was there anything like did 42 have to like establish eye contact? Is there anything he could tell us to help us and how 42's power, and hopefully come up with a way to neutralize?
I mean, when he went for me, he tried to physically jump in, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe he would restraints be all?
Let me see here. De La Rosa sits back. Before he possessed me, he'd always look me in my eye. I don't know if that was a requirement or not. But,
yeah, I think it would be a good precaution to keep him blindfolded.
De La Rosa looks over at one of the agents. The
It's
agent
not
fiddles with
gonna
his
hurt.
belt, pops open one of the little compartments on the little utility belt, and pulls out. It almost looks like a black bag at first, and he sort of pops it open, and then puts this black hood over the guy's head.
Yeah, right. I guess that'll be a regular occurrence for someone in his work.
Real good decision not to make that bag white. Just to be honest with you. I'm from Kentucky. That's honestly a genuine worry.
The agent just gives you
I gotta
gives you a
get me some
steely-eyed
of those
look.
bags for my boys.
But the center tells you that'll block his line of sight anyway. But it lets air through, so it's not going to suffocate him. He can speak. But basically, while y'all are waiting on him to wake up, and the guy that lost his hand is they're calling an actual ambulance for him. He's going into shock.
That's unfortunate for him.
De La Rosa guarantees you he'll be thoroughly questioned once he is able to answer questions.
I'll volunteer to question him, knowing full well that I won't be given the job.
De La Rosa's like, no. And as you're waiting for 42 to wake up, De La Rosa's like, I don't remember everything he did while he was in the driver's seat, shall we say. But I know their general purpose, they were actually trying to strengthen S.H.I.E.L.D. They were trying to expand on S.H.I.E.L.D.'s powers, give it broader...
Whoa there. Copyright.
Oh, you're right, Spears. My bad. I merely misspoke. So yes, they were trying to get Spear to... they were trying to expand Spear's jurisdictions and stuff. They were getting ready for something, but I don't know what.
All likelihood, what everyone else is afraid that Spear will become. A superpowered army.
Possibly, but I mean...
Well, right now would be like the worst time to attempt that with like 70% of Spear's powered people off planet.
Unless they had leads on a ready supply of new ones that don't have, I guess, years of tradition or whatever else whatever other code is keeping our pre-existing here from overbearing on society. In that case, if that was a concern, this would be the perfect time to raise a new one. When the established guard isn't around to stop, and basically whoever's left with that fully malleable to fear or whoever else was controlling. Oh, to say something. But if that's the are there people either in government or in the private field who have been particularly vociferous in supporting like a continued organization of superhuman personnel into a more closer alignment with government operations?
Oh yeah, you've got people all over the political spectrum. Some
So it's pretty
some
popular.
some want more police forces to take care of to handle superhumans. Some people are all for expanding Spear's power. Some people want to take Spear apart. Some people are afraid that the existence of Spear will cause like a superhuman arms race around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think there should be like one global superhuman police force under the control of like the United Nations. It's mostly your smaller world governments that want that. The U.S., Russia, China, the European Union. They kind of all want their own. They don't really want a UN control. But that's just typically how everything gets politicized and divided up between the different sides. If you looked around, you might be able to find you could probably dig out some people that would be perfectly in line with what's going on here, or at least what appears to be going on here. Fairy Prince, you were going through his pockets.
Yes, sir.
All you find is he has $1,000 in cash on him.
I put that in my pocket after making sure there's no like little tracking devices in between the bills.
Nope, it's just $1,000. Exactly, like no change. It's just a wad of $1,000. And like a hotel key card.
Oh, nearby hotel?
Oh, well, that's
You look it up. It's about 20 miles from here.
Yeah, let everyone know. We found where he's been sleeping.
I think that's a stop worth taking.
Agreed.
Some of the Spear agents in the room agree too. One of them's immediately like, "Sir, you want us to go check that place out?"
I'm Barry Prince would say, but I'm going to leave it to the group. Do we hand the card over, or do we keep that to ourselves?
I would.
I'm gonna look De La Rosa in the face. You already had one rat, and we're the element that is actively going after them. I can't trust this key card in anyone's hands other than yours. Or ours.
No, I agree. I'd rather handle this, especially if the plot involves.
All right. Somebody in the group
Yeah,
give me a willpower roll.
Oh.
Whoever you think is the best talker.
Let me give that. Oh wait, no, my willpower.
Muskel's the best talker. I don't know what his willpower actually is.
Yeah.
Somehow all of my rolls have succeeded, but I don't have the highest willpower.
I guess
sure
it
it's
depends
Fairy
on
Prince was the best willpower.
Mm.
Yeah, for flat willpower.
And I think like with anyone's various bonuses, that it evens out to about equal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right, because anyone's tends to have a lot of specialties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it's a bullshit job, then if it involves deception, then probably I would have a total of 7
Yeah.
attributes special. Um, yeah, but if it involves me like pretending to be someone else, or me actually uh, making a case based on otherwise, probably Fairy Prince.
All right, Zach, give me a roll. You got the rest of the group basically helping you, so that's gonna be plus. Let's see, +2 for the first one. It helps you, and then the next two give you a +2. So you have a total of +4.
All right, so that'll be a 12.
All right.
Oof.
The senator, on the other hand, he's hesitant to hand it over to villains, even though you've shown, you're, it's definitely an enemy of my enemy situation. But you're still villains. And he's got his agents in the room that aren't real, they're voicing their opinions on letting you guys be involved. So the number.
Oh, it's a tie.
Oh ho ho.
All right. How about we go together then?
The senator's like, yeah. Let's see. You guys showed up in suit, and you guys showed up not looking like supervillains, except maybe Black Dragon.
That's
That sounds
profiling.
right.
In this world, it is
Yeah,
because you have plenty of
definitely
people with mutations. So the senator puts together a squad. Let's see. And while y'all been talking, another a spear van pulls up and takes the nubbed guy away.
A spearbulance pulls up and gets him.
That's effectively what they're using it for, though. I mean, while y'all are plotting this out, you see Hellfire 42 start to stir. They've got him tied to a chair, the black bag over him, and you hear just kind of crap. And he kind of tugs at his bonds.
So, who wants to talk to him?
Prod the tip of my sword into his chest. Hi, number 42, was it?
Hellfire 42, yes.
Hellfire number 42. I'm very
Just
Prince.
Hellfire 42. You don't have to say number.
Oh, Hellfire number 42. I'm Fairy Prince. What's a name we can call you? So I'm going to start calling you Jeff if you don't give us a name. Doesn't have to be a real name, but Jeff is on the table.
If you must shorten it, then just call me 42. It's what my coworkers tend to call me.
Mr. 42, what do you know about the organizational structure of the Hellfires?
It's very cellular.
Very cellular, yes.
So, nobody in a cell really knows more than 1 or 2 people outside of their cell.
So why do you think that your employers were having you try to get Senator De La Rosa to expand the powers of Spear?
I don't know. The bosses have gotten political lately. There's got to be some kind of profit in it. I mean, what's the point if there's not a profit in it?
Any names you'd like to share?
No.
I dig the sword in a little bit
That's
deeper.
unfortunate.
It's not about really liking. It's about names you need to share unless you want bad things to happen. Who's your contact? That's the ones giving you orders.
Hellfire 86.
Hellfire 86. That's wonderful. Anyone else have any ideas what we can try and squeeze out of them?
Hey, I'm gonna be genuine with you. I don't think this helps us at all. I'm just curious. Is your numbering system based on when you joined, or you're just given a randomly assigned number?
Oh, it's randomly assigned. Like the head honcho isn't Hellfire number 1. I'm pretty sure the organization was started up and going a while before they realized how expansive we'd probably get, and then just started assigning everybody random numbers.
So, like, how many triple digits do you know? Or, should I rephrase, do you know a triple digit? Villain code, you don't have to, be too descriptive. I just want to know if there is a triple digit Hellfire.
Well, I know for sure there's a Hellfire 102. But he's the only one I can think of in triple digits.
What does he do?
Blackmails people for money.
That's what most of them do.
That's the point of the organization.
Yes, clearly. I mean, does he have superpowers? Is he a problem in a physical altercation? Jackass.
I believe he has abilities, yes. I've never seen him in use.
Is he stationed, if you happen to know?
He seems a little hesitant to give that information. He's got
Was he at the base in the Alps?
We have a base in the Alps?
Not anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I know we've got people in Europe, but I don't know anything about the specifics over there.
Yeah, we've been messing up a lot of y'all guys' stuff. It's been fun.
You've been folding like a lawn chair, if we're being honest. It's pretty embarrassing. I don't think your organization was really ready for the big leagues outside of dangling naked photos of some senator in front of him.
Well,
not implicating yourself, sir. I don't know what material they had over you.
So, I'm pretty sure they were expanding Spear to blackmail Spear into being their muscle. And that's not going to work anymore. So they're going to be desperate to find meat to throw into the grinder once they get exposed a little bit more.
Yeah,
That means they're going to start.
42 shrugs. It sounds like you're just making stuff up.
No, you're going to start blackmailing supervillains next, aren't you?
That seems extremely dangerous.
It really does.
But you're right. But if Spear is no longer an option, that's all you got left. So I gotta start thinking about it. I turn to the bookshelf and grab my book and start flipping through. All right, he's retired. I could contact him because it's the nearest thing I know to identify heroes and villains. So I'm just flipping through, thinking about it. You guys go ahead and keep interrogating. I'm trying to figure out who I need to call.
What were you blackmailing Senator De La Rosa with? Or where were you keeping the blackmail material? Or is this a person that we should know about?
All of the above. De La Rosa's got that's a sensitive matter.
Mr. De La Rosa, trust me, if I wanted to get into blackmail, I would have done it long ago. But it's gauche. Phone scamming the elderly phone scamming the elderly is where it's at. Trust me.
And I'll look at him and kind of shrug my shoulders. I gave up on blackmail when I joined the Super Friends.
I look up from the book. I'm a super friend. And I look back down to the book and keep scribbling numbers. Well, I also look up. I'm also the son I'm also family of a senator that has to be tucked into the shadows now. So, it happens.
To have never been a deep inconvenience to someone's political career, cast the first stone.
Fortitude seems to be hesitant to talk. But you're pressing a sword against him, so give me a willpower roll and intimidation if you have that as a specialty.
I don't actually, but
Can I help?
Yeah,
Can I help
actually, yeah.
Jason?
Yeah,
I
you
want
should
to
be able
lean over him and dribble some acid drool on him.
All right, hang on a second. Intimidation is not actually a specialty listed, so what would intimidation fall under? Okay, there's not really a specialty it would necessarily fall under, though.
Would you count it as interrogation? I don't know. It really would be.
I mean, granted, the list of its specialty is really just a suggestion.
Mhm.
So yeah, so if you've got a specialty that you think would factor in, just let me know.
Investigation, maybe? But that's a big maybe.
Yeah, probably just go with your straight willpower then.
Can't argue with that. With Black Dragon being creepy over the guy's shoulder. So that's 12 plus Black Dragon's aid.
So that's actually a 14, okay. So let me roll this guy's willpower. Alright, so you beat him by 5, so that's a massive success. Let's see, what was the last thing you were asking him?
Oh god, I have completely forgotten.
Oh yeah, something about what kind of materials and where it was at and all that jazz.
Oh yeah.
All right, so they had evidence of a little illegitimate child, specifically one that he's like done nothing to take care of.
Oh, a
Like,
Muppet after my own heart.
Like not just secret kid, but like secret kid that and then he deadbeat daddy, that sort of thing. The kid in question is grown now. I mean, it's not. This was not a recent. This was something that actually happened before he really got into politics. And
So
then,
oh, go ahead.
So that's the real dirt they had on him. And then while he was possessing him, they arranged for some other photographs of some other kind of lewd acts and stuff.
Oh boy.
Poor guy.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Boo-hoo, you're a senator that's into foot stuff. Who isn't these days? But now that you've got a guy that can possess you, that blackmail can kind of be swept under as you were literally possessed.
Yeah, but those pictures will still make an impression, even if everyone knows that they.
Yeah, but that's already done. They're already gonna be out, no matter what happens.
Yeah, evangelicals don't quite know what to make of him, but the kink community's all behind him now. It's weird.
Yeah, you just kind of change what voting block hits you. You have to gerrymander a little bit differently now. Who cares?
The senator don't seem happy
I
about
didn't
this.
know you were a furry.
But yeah, he's got a couple of different little stashes here and there with copies of the information.
Yeah.
A PO box here, a bank, a safety deposit box in a bank over there, that sort of thing.
So, none of this is
And
removable.
I'm gonna leave.
Did they
Lean
kidnap?
over the guy again.
Are you with us, Curtis? You seem to be fading in and out.
Yeah, no, I because of the lag, we keep talking over each other because my connection's slow. I'm going to lean over the guy and say, so does the Hellfires have like a unified depository for this blackmail information, for all the blackmail information they've got?
We're supposed to send it up the chain, but we don't always.
Do we not? So our big theft doesn't have this information, correct?
Your big. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Because that's the whole. Yeah, that's the whole reason y'all knew they were. Oh no, the information that you had, this guy was being blackmailed by Hellfire 42. But you're right. Your big your big info theft did not have specifically what was blackmailing him. Just that 42 was involved, was in charge of it.
So the information hasn't been passed up the chain yet.
Correct. 42 must not have done that.
I will relay that information to De La Rosa that your blackmail specifically hasn't been passed up the chain yet because the repository we hit didn't have it. Yes, we hit a repository in Europe. Since you don't have jurisdiction there, we kind of jumped on it.
And if you keep cutting pieces off 42, he might tell you where he has all that information stashed.
Hey, I'm cooperating. He just rattled off the P.O. box that he had some stuff in, and the safety deposit box he had some stuff in.
Look at De La Rosa. You've got the manpower on hand to go handle that, right?
I will get people in.
Cool. We're solving your problems. Way to go, team. Now let's go to a hotel room.
So y'all load up in y'all, whatever vehicle y'all drove here in, the van, I guess. And you drive there with like a car full of spear agents behind you. De La Rosa is not going himself. None of the powered suits are going with you. Apparently they don't have the battery life, that sort of thing. He literally has a charger.
That's why they need to invest in solar.
He literally has a charger on his property that they have to use. Look, they unhook. They're good for a good 10 or 15 minutes of action, and then they got to plug back in. You know, these are these are more or less mass-produced armored suits by the lowest bidder.
Fight, they're no good.
Ooh, but what that must be doing to his electricity bill is just oof.
It's probably government covered.
Fair enough then.
Comes out of the spear budget.
But also, like, to be fair for the powered suits, if you got to fight a superhero for more than 10 minutes, something bad has happened.
Oh, yeah.
Like, world deciding fights have lasted less than 5.
Alright, so y'all make y'all's way to his hotel room.
Talking like a nice little hotel, or is it some roachy little thing up the road?
It's, I guess I'd call it business class. Like, the senator probably wouldn't stay here. But you might have a CEO come through. You know, not an Elon Musk or a, what's his face on Facebook? The lizard man. Zuckerberg. You know, not that high tier, but
So clean sheets, vacuumed floor, minimal poop smears on the bathroom tile.
No, it's a fairly nice hotel. It's a fairly nice hotel. Not like elite, super fabulous.
Richer than middle class, but not like giant private suites. Got it.
Right. Y'all all marching in. The person behind the front desk kind of calls their manager. The manager kind of comes out, you know, asks if everything's all right. One of the agents steps over, flashes, you know, ID.
Man, am I glad I'm in a suit right now. I look all official.
Well, keep in mind, the agents are in like their spear uniforms, not, you know. which probably just means they assume you're in charge or you're FBI liaisons or something. But you know, you go up a floor or two, you know, right to the room, you know, the numbers on the card. It opens up. At first glance, everything looks normal. It looks like he's been here a while. And when the agent was talking to the manager comes up, he mentioned that the manager said this guy's been living here for about 2 months. You know, kind of a long-term stay.
My X-ray's still burned out since this is still the same day. So I don't get to do any special looking.
I guess we start tearing apart whatever's in the closet, flip over the mattress, see if there's anything between the box spring and the mattress, go through the desks, filing desks, drawers. Is there like a laptop lying around anywhere?
Yes, there's a laptop sitting on a desk. Go ahead and give me an awareness roll. Oh, that's not good. Minimum roll. This guy's not going to be good at
Investigation or just a straight awareness?
Investigation. You can throw investigation in this one.
Awesome, thank you. I needed that.
All right, the number to beat was 5 because I rolled minimum for the difficulty.
Major success?
Yes, major success. So yeah, they start flipping over mattresses. One of them sits down and starts messing around with the laptop. One of the agents. You find basically, you know, you're going through the closet. You're checking in the bathroom. You're like lifting up the toilet's tank, the lid from the tank. You find some stuff taped to the bottom side of the lid. Basically like a plastic envelope, and inside that is 2 or 3 flash drives and some of those like little silicate packages that you put in stuff to keep moisture out.
Do any of the spear agents see that I found this?
Give me a coordination. This is stealth. So coordination, if you've got a specialty for stealth, you can throw that in.
I have a specialty for stealth. I'm surprised. Oh, that's a 10.
Alright, these guys are regular old agents. So their awareness is a 3. So 8 is the number to beat. You beat it with a 10. So no, nobody spots you with this little plastic bag of flash drives.
I slip it into my suit jacket pocket.
Okay. Continuing to search, you find where there's a why can I not word today? The AC unit. You know, there's a spot on the wall where you can change filters. You pull that out, and sandwiched between the filter and like the middle housing of the thing, there is a second laptop. You know, very thin, very high dollar. And that's pretty much, you know, the clearly hidden stuff that you find.
Did anyone see? Well, probably saw me find the laptop, but does anyone see me with the laptop?
You can make a roll. If you want to try to keep it hidden, you can make a roll. I mean, they're going to see that you're fiddling with that thing and checking. But if you're going to try to like slide the laptop up under under a jacket or something, you can try. They will get a bonus this time.
Yeah, because I'm right out there in the open. Yeah, I'll go with the sleight of hand.
All right. Yeah, sleight of hand would work.
I do, in fact. 10 again.
And 8 again. Weird.
Huh. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's just roll 20 being roll 20.
Yep. But so yeah, you open that, you find the laptop. You don't react like you found something. As you're shutting it with one hand, you slide it out with the other hand and under your pocket, and you got the sandwich kind of under your arm with your coat pulled around you. And of course, the agents are like tearing stuff apart too. Nobody's finding much. The guy that's going through the laptop that was out in the open is telling you the laptop's clean. He's not finding anything in there.
Frustratingly proficient fellow. It seems we've found ourselves to investigate, isn't he?
Yeah, you get some agreement. They're hoping the guys that went off the PO boxes and the bank boxes, safe deposit boxes. The agents here are hoping they have more luck. All right. So how long do y'all hang around the hotel room?
I'm fine slipping out whenever everyone else is.
Yeah, I don't find any particular need to stick around any longer.
Does Spear take both the laptops or just the hidden one?
They didn't see the hidden one.
Oh, okay, guys. So we have that. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good for us dipping out, going to a cafe, and busting these open. Well, before the Spear agents realize that they're supposed to arrest us because we've done so many illegal things.
Yeah, and some of them definitely want
Or
to.
is
Some of them really
Fairy
want to.
Prince letting us know that he's got that, or is he keeping that to himself?
Give everyone like a sly little wink.
All right, so y'all slip away. As y'all leaving, you hear one of the agents mumbling to another one about how they should really be arresting you. The more senior agent that he's telling that to, though, just looks at him and goes, "How?" I mean, yeah, if we had the suits with us, maybe, but yeah, as it is, how?
That is the smartest cop I've ever met.
That's how he's lived long enough to be a sergeant.
I walk back into there and I put $300 directly into that man's hand and pat him on the shoulder. You are a credit to your profession, and walk out.
I don't think I'm allowed to keep this.
You're not. Bye. I love being rich.
All right, so y'all fall back to like a cafe somewhere, coffee shop, something.
Doing crime at the Waffle House.
Waffle Houses are great.
Do you want your conspiracies to be crumpled, mumbled, smashed, and scattered? It's only one place.
You could have a whole Unknown Armies campaign in just a single Waffle House. Great.
Had a vampire game where a Waffle House factored in greatly. One of them worked there for some reason.
Turns out the night shift chef is just Kane. He's very tired and angry all the time.
I want to say there was one of the adventures where there's a taxi driver that might have been Kane in one of the published adventures.
Oh, that was Bloodlines.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's it. Yeah. All right, so y'all get to a Waffle House. Waitress takes your order. You know, gives Muscle looking over. Man, you're a big fella.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
He's got his own booth.
She's also a little flirty with Fairy Prince. Not so much with Black Dragon.
I flirt right back and
Yeah,
give her my order.
Alright, so when she leaves, Fairy Prince, do you fill him in on what you found?
Oh yeah, I just pull it out and slide it on the table. Ta-da!
Hey, it's things we own.
They were in number 42's.
Nope,
Toilet?
it's things we own. These are our thing. You look me in the eyes. These are our things. We are in public. All right. So, all right, let's go ahead and crack them open.
Alright.
Power on the laptop.
See
Is
what
it
we got.
locked or anything?
It is, of course, passworded.
Well, luckily, I have 1 rank in technology and 4 intellect, so my roll would be 5. Does anyone
Mine
have
would be-
anything that would beat that?
I would edge that out by would have a
Alright, you cut out a little bit there, Mike. You beat it by how much?
I haven't by 1 point. I've got a intellect of 5 at the same level.
Sounds like you
Fun
would
on.
probably roll with maybe with Fairy Prince helping you then.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Versus how good their security is. That's 3 8s in a row I've rolled, huh? So 8 is the number to beat. Give me an intelligence technology with a +2 for Fairy Prince's aid.
All right, I'll type that in manually. $1d6 +5 +1 +2.
Nice.
Alright, so you're working trying to figure out the password. You realize there's also an option for some biometrics.
Well, hell, okay. If there's a biometric, could I go ahead and not here at the bathroom, assume form of Hellfire 42, and then come out and use that to use the biometrics to get in?
Yes, absolutely. Because when you change into somebody,
Yeah,
you
I'll
change
just-
into them down to the genetic level.
Yeah, I will excuse myself to the bathroom and come out. And yeah, I'm now, as far as the laptop knows, Hellfire 4.
Mm-hmm. And sure enough, it opens up. I hope somebody. I hope y'all know how to use Linux.
Oh,
Oh crap!
No, but no, you get in there. It opens up no problem for you at that point. And you can easily slip back into the restroom and come back out as anyone or whoever you were, not Nocturnal Magician.
sure.
Just Nocturnal Magician in a suit rather than his usual costume, which is more which is probably more of a.
Although my usual costume is kind of a magician. Not that different. Maybe I'm in more casual.
But so yeah, it's open. You start pouring through there. You find records for several other places he stayed. He like rotates through different sets of hotels in and around the area. He'll stay in one for a couple of months, then he'll move to something else. Eventually, he'll rotate back around, but he'll be using a different identity when he rotates around. And he's been doing that for a year or so. I mean, he's done some other blackmailing for the Hellfires. Getting his thumb on the senator here has kind of been his big break. He's got journal entries where he expresses some concern about the Hellfires trying to, blackmail. It's one thing to blackmail somebody in the government for money. We're trying to blackmail them to, do political stuff. He's a little concerned about the blowback from that if it goes bad. On the other hand, he's moving up in the organization, which is good. He has intentionally not been sending what information he's got up the chain because he feels that makes him a little more indispensable.
Interesting. Dangerous game he was playing.
I agree.
Especially since we already have it.
Yeah, okay. I thought about that as soon as I used that word. And you find some of the bank accounts he's got money in. His passwords for that kind of stuff is not saved on the computer though. So, but that you find out what kind of stocks he's investing in, and a bunch of personal stuff. Whatever he has on the senator is not on this computer, however.
Well, we do have those lovely little flash drives.
Oh, yeah.
And the flash drives are encrypted, but when they're plugged into this specific computer, it auto decrypts.
I'm afraid of what this is going to contain. This could be like soul-breaking stuff we're about to brace ourselves and maybe try to make sure no one's eyeballing us over our shoulder.
You're getting a few looks for other diners because it's a bunch of guys in one booth, clustered around a computer.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point.
Before you can look, the lady comes back to the food, and everybody kind of breaks up.
If I catch somebody staring at us, if I catch someone staring at us, I'm just going to look at it and say, "What? You never looked at porn before?"
At a Waffle House.
When you say that, not your waitress, one of the other waitresses just looks up. Not in the dining area, please. One of the mail workers not in the bathroom. I'm not cleaning up after you.
Eddie has to be classed.
Oh yeah.
Forgive my coworker's sense of humor. He's a little raunchy this time of year. Shedding season, I think.
Yeah, his proprieties.
All right, the last half of that cut off. His propriety is what?
His propriety is the first thing that sheds off their shedding.
But yeah, y'all, you plug in the USB drives, and you find kind of the paper trail on that child that they were using initially to blackmail him. And then it's a bunch of raunchy stuff the guy was doing while possessing him.
Oh.
The sort of seriously embarrassing. Some of it's almost goofily overdone, but
still not something you want the rest of the world to see.
Right.
Now, for the kid, you said they're already grown, so are we talking 18 and up, or are we talking 30, early 20s?
About Muskel's age. How old is Muskel?
I'm getting up there. I'm 26.
So yeah, something like that. The senator's not quite as old as Muskel's dad, but no, it's Muskel's granddad. That's a senator. Never mind.
And seeing as how he just sort of bamfed out of her life, was never really involved. I'm assuming they weren't, saying, "Hey, do what we say, or we're gonna kill her." It was just like, "Hey, do what we say, or we release this information to the media."
Right. This was blackmail. They were not threatening violence.
And there's literally nothing we can do about that one.
No. Other than you don't release it. He did. 42 didn't send the information further up the chain, so
Yeah, 42 is under arrest, and we lock it down.
Yeah, Senator looked out.
Everybody write down the person's name, but don't have any more information about it. And that way we still technically have the blackmail, because we can just go find the person.
Yeah. Like, does it say if the kid even knows what their parents' name, what Delarosa's name?
it does not. It's things like her name and birth certificate, information on the mother, photos of him and the mother together at the 9 months or so before the kid's birth. They've got quite a paper trail built up.
I gotcha.
That's on one flash drive. The other flash drive is basically where he was trying to come up with blackmail. He was working to come up with blackmail information on other people in the government. A congressional page here, a judge there. He doesn't have anything solid yet, but he was running down some leads, trying to find some skeletons in some closets.
So those targets were political also?
Yes. In fact, his targets seem to be exclusively political. I mean, granted, he was basically stationed in D.C., so, you find references to the other people in his cell, but just by their Hellfire designation.
Now I'm starting to wonder if Transmuter's parents are implicated in the thing.
Anything is possible. Though you don't see their names specifically. And they weren't actually in the government. They were just talking heads and what's the polite way for the professional bribers that they send up to?
Lobbyists?
Lobbyists, thank you.
Yeah, they were they were big. Yeah, they're big time.
For that
No, the
little organization or whatever.
The stepdad talking. Mom was like a high-powered lobby.
Yep. So yeah, it would appear that you have gotten this shadow out from over the senator. And at least this cell of Hellfires don't seem to have anything on anybody else connected to Spear.
Let's hope that the senator is good.
That's not to say that Spear can't still abuse authority over now on their own.
All right, repeat that, Mike.
Without any acceleration. Oh, I was just saying, Spear could still become a overburgeoning, abusive authority, but at least it's going to be on their own timetable, not accelerate the health.
Fair enough. You can count that as a victory if you want to.
No, buying time is important sometimes. Sometimes that's all you can ask.
That's true. All right, do y'all get in contact with the senator to let him know what you've done?
I think we should.
Yeah, so no, he doesn't need to worry about the blackmail material anymore.
Oh.
And we'll further
From the
endear us to the senator.
I turn in my booth. Oh, look who's the super friends now. We should turn the blackmail information back to the senator to get his
I'm not
friendship.
saying.
Look at you. Look at all y'all. Y'all are the heroes now. I'm still a bad guy, and I ripped the suit off to show my shirt that says bad guy on it. Oh.
And everybody in the Waffle House is just staring at you slack-jawed.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. I ain't causing no trouble in here. I'm just laughing at these chuckles.
For the record, for the record, I'm not.
It was weirder for me to be in
suggesting
here
the
in a
material of
specialty suit, all right?
the senator. I just want the senator to know that it's no longer in the hands of the Hellfire.
You want to make a senator of the United States of America feel better? Look at you. Look at you trying to be a good guy to the government. Also, sorry everybody for disrupting. We'll head out.
Most of the employees have headed to the back. A lot of the customers are getting up, throwing a little money on the table, and ease and close the door.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to all of you.
Listen.
All right. We should leave. This is our fault. Nope. Let's go.
Chill a little bit.
Nope. I've caused a scene, and I've ripped my shirt. I throw $300 on the table. We're out.
By the time you walk out, the only person left out in the lobby is one grizzled old waitress smoking it. She just kept on working like y'all weren't doing, like nothing was going on.
Just another Tuesday.
That woman is the backbone of America.
As you hit the door, you see her zip over to your table and pick up that $300 and start cleaning up.
She's the one brave enough to stay and work the table. I do pick up the two halves of my top of my suit as I walk out.
I'm gonna stick my head back in. Hey, sweetie, get a to-go box.
Cigar comes out of her mouth. No.
A backbone of America. She ain't taking no shit from us. All right then, friends of superpowers. Let's go ahead and tell a senator that everything's gonna be a-okay.
All right, who calls the senator?
I'll do it.
All right.
I think first we should decide if we're actually going to turn this over to him or not, because
Oh God, no!
Muscle and I are of the opinion, we're not turning this over to him. We just wanted to know that the threat to him by the Hellions or Hellfires has been neutralized. He doesn't have to worry about them blackmailing him. And we're his friends.
Because we're America's friends. We're everybody's friends. If you feel threatened, you should come to us and we'll protect you. Because we're good guys now, apparently.
Maybe we should just send him a text that says, worry not.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and call and tell him that we found and kept stuff from the hotel, but deleted all the blackmail.
He'd rather you hand it over to his agents, but y'all are fighting this conspiracy, so and y'all aren't there in person where he's got troops around you. So okay.
Hey, I give him Dynaman's number. You can talk to this guy. It's Dynaman. You know Dynaman.
Oh yeah, the second stringer from Seattle. Yeah.
Call him a second stringer. I will go up to bat for this man. His stats are great. Anyway. You know how he got a Hellfire as well after we interrogated the Hellfire. So, you'll get the stuff from us after we've made sure we got what we need from it.
All right. Well, he's really got no choice but to agree, and you have done him a favor. So.
Yeah. I didn't even break his arms or anything.
Yeah, he came out of it pretty much completely unharmed.
I cradled him like a child.
So only
So
surprise.
most security's probably... Wait, what? Oh. I'm a giant man. I'm sorry. Anyway, gave him the download, hang up, cool. Senator knows.
All right, so that wraps up your mission here in Virginia.
Our next target was Spear, correct?
Was where now?
Spear, I thought.
What are y'all planning to do to Spear?
No, our the other job was a biocomputer that had the names and identities of several Hellfires stored in it.
Yeah, the one in California.
All right.
How do you want to approach that? How do you want to kick off that whole thing?
Well, y'all have no trouble getting to California. The address you've got for this place is in Beverly Hills.
Nice.
As you do your very initial scouting out, or probably even just your work on the computer. You're probably just using Google Maps. Where is this place? Yeah, the coordinates they give, it's just a plastic surgery place.
I don't like that. I don't like plastic surgery place and biocomputer in the same conceptual paragraph. Hello?
Oh yeah,
Hello?
yeah. I'm still here.
Okay. Everyone's just very quiet.
Probably agreeing with you, but I don't know.
I suppose we should just scope it out for a couple days?
Yeah.
Okay. So
No
y'all
need
head
to
over
rush
there.
into this one.
As you basically, stake it out. It's the location is Prescott, plastic surgery. And they also do like Botox and all kinds of stuff that I'm not sure if it directly falls under plastic surgery, but technically it's all the same sort of folks are going to be wanting it. It is owned by a Dr. Lawrence Prescott. That's all just, you pull up at the yellow page entry, you get this information on it. They've got a website where you can set up an appointment. You see a picture of Dr. Prescott. He's an older guy, bald. Oh wait, or did I decide not to go bald with him? Hang on just a second. I'm gonna look at the art I got for him. No, he's got hair. My bad. I forgot I went with that art, not the other one. So slightly older guy. Probably 50 or so. In the picture though, he still looks pretty good, which you would hope so with a plastic surgery. There's testimonials from all kinds of people. He's had a few TV stars and stuff that he's worked on. Pretty much 5-star review. Everything you can find about him online, he seems to be on the up and up. It's only the fact that the Hellfires have his office location as to where they're keeping his biocomputer. That's the only weird thing you've got on him. I mean, granted, that's a pretty weird thing. But
I'm so happy it's not a veterinarian.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy. I'm so happy it's not a dog. I'm just gonna be real with all of you here. I'm so glad I don't have to chase a biocomputer dog.
It's a data dog. For those of you that watch the Cowboy.
Aw, they had a dog.
I just love that show never explained what that was.
It's a dog that is still smarter than everyone else on that ship.
And that's really, I think, the only thing they used it for was anytime Ian appeared to be smarter than he ought to be, you just had to remember, oh yeah, he's a data dog, whatever that means.
All right. So yeah, I suppose we'll observe the clientele and the comings and goings for a couple days, and one of us will go in to make an appointment after that, if that sounds acceptable.
I'm fine with staking out.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, so y'all find y'all an alleyway or a rooftop or a car to park in. Y'all pull shifts. And over the next few days, you just see a lot of pretty people coming and going. More men than women, but a fair mix of both.
Maybe I could book an appointment.
A few of them leave, with bandages on, but a lot of times, the people usually go in, you don't see any real difference when they come out.
Mm.
But of course, you always do consultations before you do actual surgeries and stuff.
The best work is the work you don't identify.
You see, you get where you recognize the employees going in and out. Again, mostly women, but he's got a few guys working for him as well. A few times a week, there's a cleanup, or a few times in the week you're watching, there's like a cleaning crew that shows up, right at closing. Y'all see the landscaping. Everything so far is looking like business as usual for this sort of place.
No mysterious deliveries in the middle of the night, nothing like that.
Nope.
So who wants to go in and just poke around?
I guess I'd be the easiest person to do that. I could just appear as anyone, well, literally anyone.
X-ray
And,
vision. I use
Oh,
my
like-
X-ray vision. Is there anything
sorry.
weird with the building?
Yeah, is that healed up again?
This
This would be a week later. When y'all
Yeah,
do
if we're doing stakeouts, it's multiple days. I can just pop it until it burns out every day.
True.
I'll only bleed from the eyes a little bit.
that.
That'll be the first good first.
So
Let's
is there
see
like
if
a
there-
super 17-story underground building under it?
Give me a roll. Let's see. You don't have to roll to activate the power. You just have to roll after you've used it. See if you burn it out. Correct.
Correct.
All right. So give me an awareness roll.
As a flat awareness of 5.
All right. The difficulty was a 10.
Roger. Back.
Oof.
Back.
So you don't see anything super suspicious in the building, like looking straight across at it. I mean, you see equipment in there that you're not sure what it does, but I mean, it's
Right.
If you look it up, it's just plastic. It's just the stuff they would need for plastic surgery.
Yeah. I just want to make sure there wasn't like extra floors underground that seemed
Well,
weird
you're
or
not
anything.
sure because there's a whole lot of lead piping down in the underground.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we're in California. That's illegal.
Interesting.
I look around. Is there lead piping going way outside of this building as well? Or is it like centralized?
It doesn't seem you don't notice this sort of thing in the neighboring properties. A quick glance at the surrounding buildings, their piping is much more, it's more PVC and
But this is a plastic surgery built. Like, this building shouldn't be that old. Should it?
You can't really tell how old the buildings are around here. I mean, there are some that are brand new. There are some that are fairly old. This one looks very, very, well kept.
This is something weird, but I've got no idea how to go about the weirdness. Someone smarter than me help me.
Well, there's a few possibilities. Either this building the exterior of the building was refurbished in the not too distant past, and it is an older site, and the lead piping simply was never replaced, either due to an oversight on the property owners, or an intentional decision not to, or it was intentionally installed to hide things from people with exceptional vision.
I wasn't
Like
fishing
yourself.
for a compliment, but thank you. All
Either
right,
way-
so I can't do anything to look in this place any deeper because of that. All I'm gonna get's a headache out of trying to look through all that nonsense.
But you didn't see anything. Now, did the lead piping prohibit your view of the entire facility or just underground?
Well, I mean, through the regular building, I could see enough.
Yeah, through the regular building, you can see pretty good. You can see where some of the lead piping came up and plugged into, sinks or whatnot. You can tell there's a basement at this building. You just couldn't tell any details of the basement.
Yeah, but there's not like 17 floors of basement. It's just the one basement floor.
Yes.
It's just once you go down there, there's enough piping that like I can see slivers of a basement, but I can't identify items in there.
Right.
I can there's something that's probably box shaped.
There's
It's
a light
probably
in
a
the basement.
box.
There's light in the basement.
Yeah.
Not
But my
usually,
X-ray vision
a
ain't
lot,
fun.
but
I don't have fun Superman X-ray vision where I can see through layers and then have regular vision past that layer. So I just have shapes. Imagine X-ray vision if it was Daredevil. I can see in there and see shapes, but I don't know. Wait, what?
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I just see shapes. I can tell there's a painting. I've got no idea what's going to be on that painting. I just know it's a picture frame with some stuff in there. So, there's items in the basement. No idea what they are.
Sounds like we need to go to the basement.
Yeah, do you think would we be better off breaking in after hours? What?
We could book me an appointment.
Do you have any idea how many gym rats would literally sacrifice their firstborn to get your physique?
Oh, no, it's about my nose. It keeps, every time it breaks, it shifts a little bit to the side.
Oh, okay.
I've re-broken it into place before, but just, having a standard place in California to handle that for me is nice. And since he already works for supervillains, I don't see why he wouldn't work with me. Other than the fact he probably doesn't know.
Well, first, we can do that, and also let me see if I can't scrounge up the number of a different plastic surgeon. Not that I have ever partaken of their services, but I can get your recommendation.
I mean, granted, these days my nose ain't been broken in a while. I've had a lot, clearer fights than the last couple years. I should probably call Reader and Ryder and tell them that.
Alright, so what is y'all's battle plan?
break in after
I
hours?
thought we were gonna, yeah, break in after hours.
Hey, beautiful. Someone just woke up from a nap.
Oh,
All right, well,
Well-
sneaky team, have fun being sneaky. I'll be outside for when bad things happen. The classic move that we all do.
All right, so y'all wait till after the play.
who wants to?
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah.
I
Who's going in?
I don't know why Muscle thinks bad things are going to happen.
Well, I don't know. Bad things have happened pretty regularly so far.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Muscle's waiting outside. Are the rest of you three going in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. The building has a front door. It has a back door. The back door, of course, opens up into like a back alleyway, which is where the trash cans are and all that. It's a big wide alley where like trash trucks can come through and pick stuff up. There's a fire exit on the side. Like that door doesn't even have a handle on the outside, but. And of course, the front door faces the street, so. You've been watching the place for a week, so you're familiar with the layout on the outside. Muscle could give you a rough breakdown of the interior of the upper floor at least. So like where the stairs are that run downstairs. Where the doctor's where the doctor's main office is, and all that. So y'all wait till it closes. It's dark. As you're approaching, which entrance are you gonna try to get into?
Whichever one faces away from the street.
Okay, so probably the back door in the back alley.
Yeah.
There's a
If we
camera
want to try
over the
the
door.
fires,
What was that, Curtis?
if we want to try the fire escape, I can probably use my acid spit to, get us in.
Oh, that's true. You could. So either one of those doors is viable.
Is there a security camera watching the fire escape?
Well, the fire exit. Excuse me. Let's do an even odd roll.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Where's the dice roll on this thing now? Even yes, there is a camera watching the fire escape door, kind of over the fire escape door.
Well, I can just make us not be there for the security camera.
All right, that's easily done. So y'all step up to that side door. Eddie spits on the door and just kind of eats out the center of the door. So the edges of the door are still there in the frame. No latches or locks had to be broken or picked. No alarms go off when he does that. You're pretty sure by the angle of the camera, once y'all step through, it's not going to even notice that there's a hole. It's not looking at the door. It's perched over the door, looking at people that would be walking up to the door. So.
Yeah.
So you're now standing inside a darkened this is basically in a hallway that runs to this door. Kind of a hallway, almost a storage room, in that they've got shelving all along the sides of this hallway just full of supplies. But it's not actually cut off like a separate room. It's just nothing else is over here except the fire exit. There's a minimum amount of light. There's, kind of the like emergency lighting, like you'd have over an exit that when all the other lights go off, it comes on. So there's enough light to move around. You don't see a camera mounted in this room or this hallway.
Do we see any obvious extra security, laser trip wires, anything like that? Like, I would imagine, they'd be your Hollywood red lights going across the hallway, but are there any, like, little projectors and the wall?
Give me an awareness roll. Well, that was a crappy roll on my part. So 5.
That's an 11.
All right, you start looking around. You don't find any trip wires or anything, or trip wires, the laser trip things. As you move along, the closest you see is there is in one of the plugs in a different hallway, one of those like hall lights that automatically comes on when you walk by. When you walk into the area.
All right, makes sense. Like, very high tech for like a plastic surgery joint, but at the same time, this is one that's being funded by supervillains, or at least supervillains are operating out of it. So you never know what you'll find.
If you glance into the lobby definitely the waiting room, that area, there's definitely cameras in there. Mostly pointed towards the front door, but getting the whole seating area.
Yeah.
Right. When you get to the back, to the back, to the back door, there's a camera back there, and again, there's more storage space there, and the back door is quite large, so they can bring in supplies, trucks can pull around back and drop off whatever. But like the individual surgery wards or rooms, what do you want to call it? The doctor's office, the break room, none of that stuff really has cameras.
I suppose we need to find the way to the basement then.
Musco could tell you about where that's at, and you find the door without any trouble. Now there is a fancy like biometric handprint thing by the lock on that.
I could burn a determination point to just make a hole in the door. Like I did with the number 18 store to get to him. Or do we want Eddie to burn another hole in the door?
That is up to y'all. Whichever one you think would work better.
Oh, Curtis isn't back yet.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No,
I forgot you weren't on camera.
I suppose I'll just go ahead and make a hole in the door.
Okay.
Tap in Bastard Son of the She and Fairy Trickery.
Okay. And that involves you power stunting?
Yes. I think it was, we said teleportation, technically?
Maybe so. Either you're teleporting the section of the door off, or the hole you're creating isn't really a hole in the door. It's like a teleportation portal to the side of the door. Either way you want to describe it is fine. I'd say bless him, but I don't know if he's got his headset on.
But yeah. I'll do that, and like a... Sort of like a... There's now a hole in the door, a large hole in the door that's ringed by some plant growth.
Like a little wreath.
Yep.
Very festive. All right, Curtis, just to catch you up real quick.
Sorry. Uh-huh.
You
Sorry
melted a
about that.
hole in the side door. Y'all got in no problem. Fairy Prince gave the interiors a real quick going over, checking for security. There was some in the lobby. There was some in kind of the back storage room area by the back door. There was a very fancy biometric lock, not like super tech, just high end, on the door leading out of the basement. And Fairy Prince has used his magic to create a portal, doorway, or a hole in the door. So now you can see down into the stairwell. It goes down and kind of circles itself.
Cool.
And y'all been going slow. Y'all, Fairy Prince is looking over the place for security. That was probably 30 or 40 minutes. Y'all are now, well, like I said, you're standing in front of the now more or less open door. The stairwell is
Let's
lit
do
by
it.
more of that kind of emergency lighting. Muscle, you're outside, I believe.
Yep.
Hang on just 1 second. Sorry, my OBS is my kilobytes per second. We're dropping down kind of low. That's weird. Not too many dropped frames though. Huh. Oh well. Muscle, give me an awareness.
That's a 4.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh,
I'm not typically the lookout.
Really? Because
But we're trying to be all like sneaky, and it's
you
weird.
stay outside fairly often though.
It's because we're all trying to do sneaky stuff, and I'm not sneaky.
Oof.
Well, you didn't lose by much because I rolled minimum 2, but 5 was the number to beat, and you rolled a 4. So
Yep.
everything is a-okay outside.
That's
nothing nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here.
I'm not proud of my mistakes, but they happen.
So back inside, what are you guys doing?
Going down
Then
into
we
the
head
basement.
towards the basement.
All right. So y'all go down. Let me put the roll 20 back up. And there should be a small part of the map that y'all can see.
Little L-shaped hallway.
That's right. Though apparently I did not put y'all's minis down. That was an oversight. So there's Fairy Prince, Eddie the Lizard, and anyone. So yeah, stairwell, looped around. Once you actually get to the bottom, this is what you see. Door here looks like that probably opens to a closet, just based on the size of the door. It's not a normal size door. You've got a little rack here on the wall that's got kind of lab coat, medical coat, medical whatever the scrubs, that kind of thing are hung up there.
I rifle through them for like any ID badges or key cards that might have been left in there.
You don't find anything.
I'm gonna snag a lab coat
Okay.
just for the hell of it.
Also hung on the wall is a thing where you can, a box of latex gloves or neoprene or whatever they are, or nitrile rather, as well as your typical kind of surgery masks.
Oh, fun!
Big metal double doors here.
Are the metal doors wired to anything?
Give me an awareness check. You can throw in technology if you want to, if you've got it.
Would I be able to add investigation to it too?
That would be fine. That would be fine for discovering that something's going on.
Okay.
I mean, if
So just one or both?
just one. Just add one specialty.
Fair enough.
I don't think you ever add two specialties to something. 6 is the number
That
to beat.
is 9.
There is kind of your basic alarm set to this thing. If you just push the doors open, just kick them in, an alarm would go off. There is a key card. Basically, you need a key card to to unlock it and go through. Somebody with the technical skill could try to pick it.
Yeah,
essentially.
I could try to hack our way through it.
Okay. You pull out a few tools. Give me an intelligence with your tech skill. 8 is the number to beat.
Oof.
Alright, you can't quite get it undone. The number to beat was an 8, you roll a 7, so you only miss by 1, so you don't trigger the thing.
Could I take a crack at it with anyone helping me? Or let him re-roll with me helping him? I can burn a determination point if we need to.
You know what? Burn that determination point, and we will say that you kind of jump in at the last minute. Oh, wait, do this, and we'll just slap the +2 on what he already rolled.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
And that gets him up to a 9, which beats the 8 by 1. So yeah, you manage to. So you do, you're about to give up when Fairy Prince suggests something. You're like, oh yeah, and then you just pop it open without any trouble. It then pushes open. And you see another set of those doors right in front of you.
What?
Not quite as big. There's not a lock on this one.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like this room is set up. It almost strikes you. It's almost like an airlock.
Does it have the same security on it?
No, it does not.
What's going on with these two little doodly doos on the wall?
They read on one side it's like a sanitation station where you can scrub down with sanitizer. Actually, both of them have that. On one side, there's also up on the wall like a gauge that keeps up with the pressure in this little room. It's keeping up with the pressure in this room and the pressure in another room. Looking at it, it seems like they try to keep the pressure in the other room higher so air will push out through this one. And we're not talking about deep sea pressure kind of stuff.
more like we're just trying not to get this whatever's passed here, trying to keep it contaminant free.
Right. That is exactly what this seems to be.
Well, gentlemen, are you ready to witness horrors beyond your comprehension?
Let's go ahead and crack this thing open.
Fairy Prince will push open the double doors.
The suspense is killing me.
It opens up into a large room, lit only by the faint glowing green light from these tanks. And maybe a few lights on computer equipment in the walls around it. Just 1 second, and I will... reveal the room. Alright, y'all should be able to see it now.
Oh, don't like this.
So the light is coming from these tanks. Each of them's about chest high on one of y'all. So belly button high on Muscle if he were here.
I'm still on the phone. If you guys want to contact me.
I'm sorry, real quick bio break.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead.
You know, we probably should get him down here.
All right, do y'all call Muscle in?
What's in the tanks?
We'll get
Oh yeah,
to
maybe we
that.
should get a full description of the room first.
All right, so like I said, chest high tanks. The top dome is glass. With like a metal reinforcement thing that runs up completely over it one way, but only, well, you can see the picture there. That kind of T shape is kind of what it makes, even though it's kind of a bubble dome. The green light is emanating out of there. As you walk around to the front to look at that, the tanks are full of liquid, and you have the first tank you look in appears to have 3 human brains floating in it.
No.
There are wires connecting them together, and then also running into the tank itself. And at the bottom of the tank, there's piping that goes into the floor. It might be for the liquids. It might it might hold the wiring. Some of the piping runs noticeably around on the floor through the central design. And then you got this big pool of whatever that glowing green liquid is. Now, it's not just exposed to the atmosphere. There's glass along the top of it. So you could actually walk across that center area and not be in the fluid. It would just be under you.
Oh, I'm back. Have we been eaten by something yet?
No, there are brains floating in tubes.
Oh, so that's what they mean by biocomputer. Okay.
So yeah, it's like this green glowing fluid, brains wired together into the container. Piping running along the floor to this central pool of that goo that's got a glass top on it. That's got you caught up.
Is there anything in the pool of goo aside from goo?
It's hard to tell because that one is cloudier. It's like in the main tanks, the water's a little bit cloudy, but it's not as deep. There's not as much of it, so you can still see through it all right. So you can't really tell. You can't tell how deep the pool in the center is. Now, anyone was talking about maybe calling Muscle in?
I'm for that.
All right, who's radioing Muscle then?
Bill, my dear friend, could you come down to the basement as quickly as possible? Things aren't popping off just yet, but I'm afraid they might be about to. Also, how do you feel about pickled
We
brain?
just need we just need you here because we're grossed out.
We need our
Well-
comfort himbo.
Don't talk to me like you're my spouse. I'll step out and close the door.
And the radio communication
It's
is a
a
little
spider,
staticky
kill
where
it.
they're at, but you make out what they're saying fine.
I'll head on in. Does anything wacky and wild happen while I head on in?
Are you going in the way they went in?
Yes.
Okay. So you walk to the fire exit on the side. The hole that Eddie melted in the door, it's of course still there. Probably be creepier if it wasn't. And while it was an easy thing for them to step through, you have to kind of carefully maneuver through it.
Fair.
And of course, when you would peep this place out earlier, you know where the stairs are downstairs. You walk more or less straight to it. You had heard fairy prints based on where the security was. So you're not too worried about that. Give me an awareness roll for no particular reason.
Hey, Nabbit, another one.
All right, so 8th difficulty. Why am I rolling so many 8s today?
A 9. A match
Nice.
rolled. Oh my gosh. I can see things.
Well, it's hearing that's important before you round the corner to the basement door. You hear a woman's voice.
Oh, all right.
Doctor, what is this? What does this mean? Well, my dear, it means we have some very special visitors. We should probably go down and meet them.
Uh-oh.
I'll quickly inform the team of that, and then I will turn the corner. Morning.
The woman gives a start, and you recognize her as one of the nurses that work here. You also recognize the doctor that owns the place, Dr. Prescott. He does not startle. He just turns and looks at you. Kind of gives you the up and down. He turns and looks you in the eye, down to your feet, back up to your eyes. Well,
Doctor.
well, I never thought I'd meet you again. Though I'm sure you don't remember me.
Specialty heroes and villains.
Oh.
Does that help?
This more ties into a part of Muscle's backstory that I think me and you have talked about before.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, this is the doctor that did the thing.
Well, he may have done a thing. I don't know if it's the thing.
He did a thing. He's not the villain, is he? Or he's just the guy that worked for the villain.
Well, Muscle
is
doesn't
he-
remember. He's not. He is not the villain. Muscle can kind of remember the villain.
Yeah.
Muscle does not remember this guy. Or at least I hope you don't remember me. And the doctor steps forward to you. Do you remember me? Is that what this is about?
This is about the Hellfires.
Oh, that's a name you shouldn't know.
I know a lot of things I shouldn't know. Comes with the territory.
I suppose.
So where's the biocomputer that they're hosting? Or that you are hosting for them?
Biocomputer. I suppose that's one way to look at it. Miss Merriweather, why don't you go downstairs and greet the other guests? Me and Mr. Tyler, what is Muskel's last name again?
Johnson?
Johnson. Me and Mr. Johnson should converse. She nods and starts heading down there.
I'll stick a hand out. Are you alright with one of the nurses coming down to meet you three?
Does she have chainsaws for hands?
You do not see chainsaws for hands.
If he's asked her to come down to meet y'all, I assume she has powers.
Fair enough, fair enough. We can deal with it if need
And a
be, but
surprised,
Alright, I'm letting her come down to y'all. And I take my hand up and let her walk.
in a surprise twist, we learned that the tanks, or the brains in the tanks, are ours.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm trying to remember who it was I heard that actually pulled something like that one time.
I know there's a Call of Cthulhu scenario where you have to retrieve your own brain in a jar.
Yeah, this was I can't remember what game it was. The players were unaware they had been captured and were playing their clones.
Oh,
Until after the clones die on a mission. Can't remember if it was a cyberpunk game or what it was. It wasn't something I was involved in. It's just somebody telling the story. Anyway, unimportant. All right, so Nurse Merriweather heads downstairs. Dr. Prescott is with you, Muscle. So, Mr. Johnson, I assume you're here since you mentioned the Hellfires. Are you working for them, or are you in some sort of conflict with them?
They've forced a bit of a conflict onto me.
Oh, yeah, this blackmail is nasty business.
Oh, please, there's nothing they could blackmail me with that I can think of. They just happen to not like the person I'm working with right now. Contracts as they are, I agree to work for someone, we did one job, and then suddenly we're in deep with these Hellfire folk.
Oh, I see. So this isn't something that involves my people in any way. I thought perhaps you had regained some memories and, well...
Your people.
Oh.
You reader and writers folk? Because
All right. Should I be recognizing that name?
reader and writer are the heroes.
Okay, gotcha.
Because we did say I'm connected due to heroes, but I didn't name the heroes to you.
Gotcha. He just sort of nodded. Oh, yeah, I made sure you didn't remember me, but I'm one of the people that helped piece you back together, shall we say.
You realize how little I'm gonna believe that in this moment.
Well, how else do I know your name?
Because you could have been somebody that helped take me apart.
That's a fair suspicion, I suppose. But really, I don't get into the whole supervillainy, get my hands dirty sort of thing.
Except that you are helping a organization that's illegally blackmailing a bunch of politicians.
Politicians? Really?
Yeah, they're really getting into like trying to control the government right now. That's partially why we're fighting them. Because they're suddenly trying to expand in like big things real fast.
Oh, that's disturbing. Yeah, well, the heroes usually take care of that sort of thing. Granted, I've heard most of them are going off into space currently. I suppose that could bring the wrong kind of attention to me, though.
Well, it's brought me to your attention, and that's not really ever a good sign for a building.
And there's no need to get violent, oh boy.
No, nothing yet. I'm just saying, you got me first, I'm the polite one. There probably is worse coming.
I'm really just running a data center sort of thing. It's. Oh, bother. Do me a favor, Mr. Johnson. Wait right here while I go make sure your friends aren't making any misses. Don't worry, I'll be right back. There's no reason for you to get upset. There's no reason for you to do anything except wait right here. You need to give me a will save.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Uh-oh.
10 is the number to beat.
Ooh. Gosh.
Do you have any specialties that would help? Well, basically, you have the mental resistance specialty.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I think I'm a point shy of adding it. Nope, it's 7.
All right, that is a
I'm stuck here for a while.
Major success places the controlled quality and requires a new test after level duration.
Oh.
So you're just standing right there. It seems perfectly reasonable to stand right here. You got nothing to worry about. You're just going to stand right here. Well, he just goes down and makes sure idiot and like spitting acid on his stuff, or whatever.
He told me to stay right here. Am I able to call? Or am I just standing there doing nothing?
Let's see. He turns around and starts walking down the stairs after he does that. All he said was what he said. Just wait right here. There's no reason to get upset. Or however he worded it exactly. So basically, stay calm, stay here. That's really all the commands he gave you.
Alright, well, I'll contact her on the radio. Hey, that doctor's, headed your way. While I just chill in this room.
Alright. Cutting back down to the guys. While that conversation is going on, Nurse Merriweather has already made her way down. You see a nurse walking in. She is wearing. She is still kind of putting on and straightening up one of the sets of scrubs that she clearly took off the peg as she walked by. And she just walks in. Gentlemen, please do not touch anything. We try to keep this room contaminant free.
What? You think we got germs?
I know you have germs. Everyone has germs. Did you at least you didn't, I bet you didn't even use the hand sanitizer. Alright, I'm going to need you all to step outside and sanitize. Oh, you didn't even put on gloves. The scrubs I understand, but you didn't even grab the gloves on your way in.
I'll just calmly announce that we're going to commandeer this operation now.
How much do you know about keeping brains alive?
Well, unless they're dying at the moment. I don't know.
They're fine at the moment, but do you know how to upkeep this equipment? Do you know what kind of nutrients you have to put in the fluid to keep them viable?
We have friends. We have friends.
So you're just going to commandeer the building for an indeterminate amount of time, or are you planning on grabbing these things on hand carts and running out the door with them?
I will look at Fairy Prince and just
And she's looking at you expectantly, like, do you have an answer for this? Did you think this through at all? I mean, she's just completely not intimidated to be standing in the room with, 3 dudes she don't know, one of whom's a lizard man.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I had myself muted.
Oh, I thought you were just being really quiet or weren't back yet. I
No,
wasn't sure.
no, I'm so sorry.
One of these days,
Oh.
we need to all just rudely ignore Zach so he thinks he's muted himself.
I'm just gonna say, we didn't even know what a biocomputer was in this context. We're just glad it's not some horrifyingly tortured dog at this point. Listen, we're just here to get some information. If you will kindly step aside, there's computer banks here. There's like some way to download what we need onto a flash drive. I brought flash drives. Did anyone want a flash drive? This is very gross, not even by my standard. Why do this?
Biotech is the way of the
Friend?
future.
Friend, perhaps, apply just like the nice lady, and kind of say it in the way that says, maybe we should, maybe you can do your thing so that things for complying.
Oh, very well, very well. And I'm gonna pop off an illusion. Like, remember, this affects machines as well as organic things. She's not gonna see us. She's gonna see the three of us follow her to get all cleaned up and scrubbed up, and be all very polite and apologetic for barging in.
All right, so I don't know why I'm moving y'all since y'all aren't actually going there. My bad. So she walks back on and she's explaining the proper way to sanitize, and y'all can kind of see those of you that aren't fairy prints can also kind of see the illusions going on. Now she gets a roll. Does she awareness or something?
Yes, awareness versus fairy trickery.
All right, so roll your fairy trickery. While I find her awareness.
14 is the number to beat.
It's not great. It's not awful. She got a 9. So yeah, massive success. She's utterly convinced.
While she's showing the illusions how to sanitize, I'm going to whisper to Fairy Prince and Night Magician, it's like, maybe taking this computer out's a mercy killing.
Well, let's try not to kill anyone here.
At least not until we get the information we need.
Yeah, really, all we need to do.
Go ahead.
Oh, if we could just interface with the biocomputer, have it tell us what we need. There's no reason for these brains to go anywhere, right?
No, like I said, if we can interface with it or something, then we can just slip on out while they're dealing with the dummies.
Yeah, I mean, hell, your powers should work on these brains, or would they? Given
In
that
terms
they
of
are...
lying to them?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you'd even input visual sensory information into their neurons when they're not attached to actual eyes. How would that even work?
Fairy magic.
Yeah, so yes, it would work.
Magic means I ain't got to explain crap.
No, there is like a computer. You said there were computer terminals in here, right?
Yes, there's some computer terminals up on the wall that seem to be keeping up. There's some lights, and they seem to be keeping up with like some sort of vital. You don't know what it means. As y'all are having this conversation, the good doctor walks in.
Oh.
He kind of glancing over his shoulder at the nurse, just shaking his head as he walks by.
Oh, there's a doctor here too.
Gentlemen, I'm Dr. Prescott. I'm the owner of this facility.
Prescott?
Mr. Johnson upstairs said y'all were in conflict with the Hellfires. And that's some kind of... He didn't explain exactly how that drugged me into this. I assume you must be after the information they have me storing for them. understand they're but one of my clients. Don't assume I'm overly associated with them.
Oh, don't assume that we care about any of your other clients, any of those other clients. And
Oh, good, because I'm not going to tell you who they are. I shouldn't really tell you about the Hellfires, but you seem to already know. So.
I mean, I just gesture around us. It's fairly obvious you're into some supervillain stuff, and no offense, like I am too. By the way, I did look up pictures of your work. Very impressive skills you have.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't know that there's much I could do for you. You are quite symmetrical. Oh, it's very nice. Now, your friend over here, and he looks at Eddie. I could do something for you if you'd like.
Hey, I'm symmetrical too.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You,
I just mean I could do something about all of this here. He kind of gestures at his face. If you wanted to look more baseline.
You like this.
I realize some of you mutants embrace your differences. No disrespect there. But if you wanted to blend in a little better, I could probably help with that. Assuming you have money, of course.
Tempting. Oh, we got money.
I'm glad to hear it.
Listen, Doctor, aside from we're really just here to get some information, I assume there's a way to interface with the brains. But also, what did you do to our friend Muscle? He seems oddly sedate.
I just told him to stay calm and wait for me upstairs. It's a long story. Me and Muscle have met before. He just didn't remember me at first. Can't go into the details. Patient-doctor confidentiality.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me a minute. Nurse Merriweather. Yes, doctor. They're illusions. Stop believing in them. I do apologize.
Oh, none taken. None taken.
A moment later, she steps to the door, kind of behind the doctor, kind of a half pout, half mean mugging you. Maybe she's a little embarrassed. Nurse, check the vitals. Make sure they haven't damaged anything while they've been in here. And she steps over to one of those, one of those bits on the wall. She's checking out, And you see her like flicking through tank 1, tank 2, tank 3, basically going all the way around. So, gentlemen, what information is it that you're after exactly?
The information, our big score. It said the biocomputer stored the names of high-ranking Hellfires. Was that correct?
Yeah, that was the information y'all had. Yes.
Oh, we're just after some odds and ends. Good doctor.
But we'll take their entire computer database.
I'm afraid there's not really a way we can transfer all of that. After all, you're talking about a system that uses the full storage capacity of multiple human brains. And the only true way to access it is to download the information directly into another human brain. Frankly, if I tried to download all of the information into your brain would overload and shut down. I mean, it wouldn't kill you. You're automated. Your brain would still do all of its automated things. So your heart would still beat. You would still breathe. You would just have no memories of your own. I hesitate to use the word vegetable, but
comatose. It would render you comatose.
Yeah, it would be like somebody to use the computer analogy. It'd be like someone reformatted your brain.
Rather hideous.
I mean, though it would be full of the random information that you had downloaded, or however much of it your brain would hold.
how does one interface with the system, Doctor? If you don't mind sharing.
Well, the full control center isn't in this room. Really, just the monitoring systems. But it's all mental in nature. And of course, this is just the mainframe, not all the other like satellite systems plugged into the hub. I'll bore you. I'd be boring you with technical details. So you want to? Let's stay focused. So you want one of my clients' information I've been paid to protect.
Yeah, so that's about the long and short of it. Good, sir.
Now, on the one hand, if I don't have my integrity and my reputation, that's going to hurt my business. On the other hand, if they're trying to take over the government, that's beyond the scope of what they told me they were involved in. So there's no full disclosure there, and they were supposed to disclose. They were supposed to have more full disclosure.
I completely understand. As far as we've been informed, this is a recent change in management that has sparked their new direction.
Interesting. Muscle upstairs. You see another man and a woman come in.
I'll hit the...
You recognize it as one of the male nurses and another female nurse.
Hey, there's more staff coming in the building. We're still super late at night. That ain't supposed to be happening.
Doctor, who are the two people that are following in behind you?
Probably some more of my staff. We didn't know what was going on. The system down here detected human minds upstairs when there isn't supposed to be any. So it alerted me and my staff, or me and some of my staff. Effectively, they're just responding to an alarm. It's nothing to be alarmed by.
Am I telling them to wait upstairs, or I'll request that Muscle make them remain upstairs?
There's no reason to get upset. He locks eyes with you. Please remain calm. Give me a will roll.
Oh, how dare he! And I'm going to tap... Bastard son of the she! And I have 2 in mental resistance, so that is an 11 he is rolling against.
Alrighty. Let me check, because I forgot he has the power specialty. Does that affect this roll? I think that would affect the roll. It wouldn't increase the duration, because it's not power rank, but it goes into the roll.
It's hoping for a little higher than that.
Alright, so he's got 2 ranks in the power specialty. Alright, so you got a 14 total. And he got an 11. So you are free to not remain calm, whatever.
How many rounds has it been for me?
They've been talking for a bit. Go ahead and give me another roll if you want to.
Someday I will leave this.
Oh
gosh.
So he got a max roll, so that's 13 versus your 8. So the effect is continuing.
Am I just affected for a round duration?
Uh,
Or am I allowed to make a roll at the end of a round duration.
Let's look mind control up real quick.
Because if I only get to make a roll every 5 or 6 or 7 rounds, I'm not doing a thing this
Concentrate and make a
game.
new mind control versus willpower test at the start of each of your panels to maintain it. Requires a new test after a level of duration.
Is a concentration test just what we just rolled, essentially?
Yes.
Ah,
Well, it's
dang it.
concentrate and make a new mind control versus willpower test.
Oh, can he concentrate on multiple target?
That's a good question.
And does he... Places the controlled quality on a target... Or he had a major, didn't he?
Yes, the first one was a major.
Alright.
So yeah, I think he would have to actually put some effort into keeping you under after the 7. So I'm going to say you come out of it. And it may occur to you that that it's weird that this happened, but it's not like you're mentally aware. Oh, I've been controlled. It's just suddenly you don't necessarily have the urge to stand here. And you see these two nurses walking down the stairs in front of you.
I'm gonna walk up to those two and cut them off. Howdy, you two. Your boss is down there talking to the rest of my team. You two can wait right here.
What about Fairy Prince? Does he know that he tried to
The doctor just told her to stay calm. That's all.
control him?
That is a good question. Did I feel an attempted intrusion in my mind?
I don't recall mind control really saying one way or the other. Now, is mental resistance with you a power, or is that just the specialty?
It is a specialty.
Okay. We're gonna say with a failed check that you're pretty certain that that's what he did.
I'm just gonna keep smiling and stay calm.
And then the doctor turns and looks at anyone. So what do you? So if I decided that my contract with the Hellfire Group is null, what can you offer me for my services?
Well, I'd say first off, you would have the gratitude of a very capable member of the She.
He turns and looks at you. I'm speaking to this gentleman here.
Oh.
I literally said he looked at anyone and started talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So anyone, how do you respond?
First of all, I just want to remind everyone I'll have a hard stop in about 18 minutes.
Oh, right. I forgot. We got to be very firm on the 4 o'clock.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry about that. I should have.
Oh, no, that's no problem. You told us last time. I just was not thinking about it. And we were probably going to wrap up for much longer anyway.
How much? Yeah. First of all, how much money do we still have from amongst our ill-gotten gains?
From that theft from the syndicate.
Yeah.
You got away with several million. I don't know if I ever
that's
said
not
it.
nearly enough.
I don't know if I ever said exactly how much.
No, I think it was just kind of a ambiguous, fungible, basically enough.
Yeah, it was going. Yeah,
You know.
yeah. I think that was. It was going to be enough for any equipment you needed or any travel you needed to do.
But I suspect that enough isn't going to include the cost of compensating Dr. Prescott for the loss of. So.
Oh, maybe he works in favors. You don't know.
I'm sorry.
I said maybe he works with. Maybe he's willing to trade in favors. You don't know.
Well, first, I think I'll start by. I don't want to start. Yeah, I don't want to start with at the max bid. So first, I'll just cite him the number of what we can afford. Maybe increase it a little.
That seems a little
maybe
low.
we could be-
And give me. Hang on, let me look something up. I really need to do flashcards with some of these powers on. Make things a lot easier. Give me a willpower roll while you're talking to him, Mike.
Okay. I'm going to. Oh, by the way, I did add a.
Add what?
I think I'm going to give myself I think, spend a determination point to activate. I could be anyone, basically, keep him from getting a lock onto my mind for whatever mumbo jumbo he's trying to pull on me. I mean, it is reasonable to assume that would it be reasonable to assume that I'm aware that he's got some kind of control, some kind of mental push ability?
Not particularly. All you've seen him
Okay.
do is he looked at Fairy Prince and said, told him this, hey, stay calm. And that's really all you. That's It wasn't like he put his hands to his head, Professor X style, to do that.
I got
It
you.
was just, hey, please stay calm, and then he turned and started talking to you because Fairy Prince is.
All right. Well, let's see what. So just a straight up willpower total.
Yes. Another 8. Number to beat is 8.
Okay, I actually made it. Is that my roll?
You feel something push into your head a little bit.
Okay, so now I know. Now I know.
The
now I kinda know
feeling
what's up.
almost reminds you of when the amnesia gun, or the, well, not amnesia,
Not bad.
it's like you can feel something kind of probing around in there, a sense of curiosity, and then you rebuff it.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully that rebuffing sense.
Oh. What a strong mind. Please don't take offense. I merely wish you to know who I was dealing with.
That's fair. I've studied the bound. Teaches a lot about how the mind works. Anyway, if we can continue.
All right, cutting upstairs
Sure,
about this time. Muscle, the male nurse, asks you to step aside.
I assure you, your boss is handling it down there. It's all right. But we can't have too many people walk in there, especially, I don't see you scrubbing up right now. You're just kind of rushing in.
The woman's like, the scrubs are downstairs, right before the entryway. The guy, on the other hand, it's like he plants himself on one foot and sort of slides forward and throws his hand out in front of him. It makes you think of somebody like fencing. As he does that, there's a glow around his hand, and this kind of vaguely short-shaped energy juts out of it, and he tries to stab you.
Is he in melee range?
Yeah, they walk right up to the door, and then you.
Oh, this is gonna be real bad for him. This is gonna be real bad for him.
It might be bad for him.
I hope it's real bad for him.
All right. So his prowess is... He's got a skill with his weapon / power. Nope, I don't need that in the way. Hold on a second, I got too many windows stacked on top of each other over here. Where is my utility sheet? There we go. Alright, oh, this is going to be bad for him. Alright, so he rolled a 7 to try to stab you.
I got an 11.
So it is a massive success.
Which
It's
allows
a
me
very
to
pretty stab. He slides past you. You kind of just roll to the side. The blade, if you want to call it that, passes by you. You see it stab into the wall. Though as he pulls it out, there's no damage to the wall. And you get a free lick on him because of his massive failure in his attack. What is your strength?
My strength is a 7.
Alright, he's got a 3 strength and a 3 willpower, so he's got 6 fortitude. Yeah, you cold cock him, he's just unconscious on the ground. The blade fades out of his hand as he hits the ground.
I will stop there and go, oh. I look to the other nurse. I only did that because he tried to stab me. We're literally just here to get a little bit of information and then walk out of this building.
She looks at that, she kind of puts her hands up like, whoa. For a second, you think she's about to take a half a step back. And then she opens her mouth, but she doesn't make any noise, but you hear this scream in your head. Give me a will save.
I'm ripping this building to pieces. I'm done. I'm now done. It's a 5.
Ah.
Oh, but Muscle, there's no reason to get upset.
Hmm?
Alright, this is not mind control. Pretty sure it's willpower that she rolls. Willpower versus willpower for the attack, and then the power level for damage. Okay. Her willpower is not great for somebody with mental powers. The dangers of being a flunky, I guess. She got a 6.
Well, that's a moderate success.
She beat you by 1, so yes.
Okay.
So she does full damage to you. That's 5 points of damage. It's mental, so it bypasses your damage reduction.
Yep.
Do you have mental resistance? Oh, I asked you that earlier. Never mind. I know you don't.
Yeah, I do not.
Alright, so 5 points of damage. The doctor and the nurse react like they've heard something. The doctor looks up. The nurse actually jumps again. Yeah, she's a little skittish, maybe. Oh, I'm afraid Mr. Johnson has gotten, I'm afraid things have gotten agitated upstairs.
Am I able to hit my communicator real quick?
No, you're in the middle of something.
Oh, yeah.
Miss Merriweather turns around, and both of her hands light up, and she's suddenly like holding sword, translucent sword blades. That it's like they're trailing energy kind of behind them. The doctor, on the other hand, does the same thing, but it's like he's just holding a scalpel. I trust, gentlemen, you will try not to damage my equipment since it holds information that you want. But I'm going to have to ask you to leave now.
afraid we won't be doing that. And I produce my sword.
And we'll cut right there with everybody pulling their weapons.
Okay.
Nice and cliffhanger.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Poor
sorry.
Scott. He's just trying to run a business. Got hooligans busting on him. Oh, it's a shame. Well, I hope y'all had fun. I enjoyed it.
We're not the sensitive type.
No. Peace was never an option, not really. But Muscle gets the fun of tangling with some more mentalists. He always loves that.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, we should be back in 2 weeks. I don't think there's anything weird going on. It'll be October 1st, I guess. Man, September's almost over, or mostly over. Anybody that comes by and watches or listens to this later, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll be back. Again, I was your GM for the day, Jason, and with me was Mike, aka Anyone.
Good night.
Curtis, aka Black Dragon. Zach, aka
Later.
the Fairy Prince.
Hope you enjoyed it.
And Taylor, aka Muscle the Muscle.
See ya.
And we will see y'all next time.